Yeah, week number 7 in the National Football League featuring World of Matchups, coming to you guys live and direct from Las Vegas, Nevada. I am your host, Dexter Reid, my co-host and producer extraordinaire on the other side of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in with car trouble, Spencer the Wiz.
Yeah, I've been not looking forward to paying this bill all week, but I'll have to face the music right after the show.
You and me both, bro. You and me both.
Right when you
know,
get ahead in life, that's when it pops up.
dental problems, car problems, is always
Yeah, you
something,
name
bro.
it.
There is no getting ahead in the United States right now, but we have football. We have this amazing thing on Sundays called football to help relieve the stress and anxiety somewhat of what life throws our way. And we are currently almost halfway through the NFL season. We are at week number 7. I'm telling you, man, does any other sport go faster than the National Football League? It's wild. It's cold now. You know what I mean? Like, we are blowing through this. Last week, we had a rough week, both you and me. Let's see what we did last week.
Monday Night Football was absolutely bananas.
Oh, what a
But everything
rough
is going to
week.
happen, man. This has been one of the most, well, I mean, it's easy for me to say that because I've had bad weeks, but it feels like one of the most unpredictable seasons in a long time. Like, there's no one is separating themselves from the pack.
Not yet, but I think the separation is about to begin for a couple teams, and we'll talk about that today. Last week you're 4-10. Last week I'm 6-8. Overall, you're 38-48 for the season. Overall, I'm 46-40 against the spread. Guys, we're going to try to do a little bit better for you this week. Cue the music, Spencer, and set it off.
All right, let's get things going. I need a good week here. Let's see if I can change some things. And to start things off, it's the 6:30 game. This is in Wembley Stadium. I didn't realize how many UK games there were this year.
Yeah, Roger Goodell's really giving them a lot.
Yeah, and of course, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm telling you, they are going to become halftime international team soon. I think that's what the NFL really wants. I think
they keep sending them over there. They keep sending
because
the Jags over there.
Jacksonville games, I mean, there's been some excitement this year, but they just keep going over there, and I feel like it feels beyond a test now. They're there every year, but we'll see. That's just my conspiracy theory for the day. But it is the Jaguars who are plus 3.5 in this one. They played a pretty good game against the Seahawks, I felt like. And Travis Hunter ruined a touchdown. And who knows what that game would have looked like if that had gone through. And I hate to be such a fan of the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I'm going to keep the same philosophy as I did last week. It doesn't always work, but when it comes to these international games, they just tend to be closer than you would ever think that they would be or should be. Puka Nacua is probably he's not playing in this game. They got their bye week.
He's been ruled out.
Yeah. What are they gonna send him to the UK to play in a game? No. I mean, he might be there, but he ain't playing. I knew that the moment he hurt himself. He should be ready after the bye week, it seems like. But what do the Rams really have outside of Puka Nacua? I mean, we'll find out, like maybe a good dose of Tutu Atwell, though I think he's a little banged up too. I was looking. Devontae Adams is one bad route away from a hamstring injury. You know what I mean? So I think there's a lot going against him. And you're getting 3.5. I think there's a chance the Jaguars win this game, if I'm being honest. I'm definitely not the biggest Jaguars fan, but I like them because they're just so used to this, man. It is home field advantage for them at this point. I mean, there has to be a small contingency of the UK that likes the Jaguars because they're familiar with them. They've seen them for the past 4 years or something like that. I don't remember, but they are a consistent face there, more consistent than any other team. They know what it's like to travel there. I think they're going to be ready to go. I mean, I know that they can be a little disappointing from time to time. Like last week, I felt was a little disappointing for them, but I don't know. Without Puka Nacua, I really need to see what this Rams offense looks like because that guy literally is taking up 10 catches for 100 yards. Who is replacing that? I mean, maybe Devontae Adams. Like I said, I don't know. I just don't know if he can produce to that level. I guess we'll have to see.
I really believe that the NFL wants a franchise like Jacksonville in London. Okay? I mean, a couple of years back-to-back, fine, but, like, this is happening literally every single year. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars are Roger Goodell's test subject team for this, and now they're back again. Trevor Lawrence's very first win in his career was in London, and he's beaten some pretty good teams there. He's 3-1 overseas. Trevor Lawrence is 3-1 overseas. Now, I'm no lover of Trevor Lawrence. I bet against the Jags last week. I smell that coming. I don't think they're very good. I think they're a paper tiger. But situations create these kind of lines. And this is, quote unquote, a home game for them, all intents and purposes, if you want to call it that. I think a lot of people are going to minimize the loss of Puka Nacua here. Okay? First things first, Puka Nacua is wide receiver 1 in the NFL next to Jamar. Okay, it's debatable. Okay, I mean Jamar had to put on a Oscar-worthy performance on Monday night to get back into the upper echelon of best wide receiver in the National Football League. And simply because Puka Nacua sees 15, 16 targets a game. It's not a blow-up game thing for him. He sees that per game, okay, on 10 catches, maybe throwing a tutty. Broken tackles everywhere. I mean, he is the straw that stirs the drink, and you don't see that very often from a wide receiver. It's usually a running back that sets the tone for a team, but in this case, it's a wide receiver, and now he's out. At 32 years old, can we really count on Devontae Adams to take that role now? He's been more of an ancillary piece with the Los Angeles Rams. Now, if King Kyron can control clock on the ground, the Rams will have a chance in this game. But what worries me about the Rams is that outside of Puka, there's no one there that I really trust. Tutu Atwell, I'm not feeling it. Tyler Higbee, these guys are all coming off injuries or injured. And the Ram defense, while good, they're not great. They're very good. And so I see Etienne being able to have a day here. I watched this Rams team control the clock versus the Eagles, only to blow it and get covered on the road. Matthew Stafford's back, hasn't acted up, but let's not act like he's not almost 40 and one hit away from being out of any game they play. And you're giving me the hook with the 3.5. I see a world where Jacksonville could win this game outright, but I'm going to take the 3.5 simply because Travis Hunter hasn't had a blow-up game yet. You saw Brian Thomas have a nice game, albeit in a loss versus a decent secondary. I think that a lot of people are going to be on the Rams hype train here, and I think they're going to get disappointed. I'm going to take Jacksonville. I'm not taking them plus 3.5 with a lot of confidence, but I remember a couple different times over the years waking up and looking at the score and just being shocked that Jacksonville was winning this game. I think it's going to be the same situation here, and so this time I'm going to jump on the Jacksonville train, and I think I'm going to see them cover this 3.5.
I wish they could start these games just a little bit later. I kind of would like to wake. It would be cool to wake up at 8 and see a game start, you know, like right when you wake up. 6:30 is
ridiculous. I'm only getting up at 6:30 to watch my team play, man. I'm not going to do it for another team. I'm sorry. I work too hard. I get home way too late from work. I'm not doing it.
I know they kind of wanted to like end like a little bit before the morning slate starts so they can talk about it or whatever. I mean, it has everything to do with media. It's stupid. I don't like it. All right, let's hop over to the Fire game. This is like the ultimate test because you got the New England Patriots. They're going to Tennessee to play the Titans, and the Patriots are minus 6.5. There's always that juice, you know, when your coach gets fired. We see it every single year, you know. It's like you want to play hard, but I don't know. I don't, and I feel like it could happen easily because it does always seem like no matter the situation, when your coach gets fired, your team just plays really hard. But who are they rallying behind in Tennessee?
Nobody.
Who's stepping up to? I always like there are a lot of times where there is just someone in that locker room that the guys look up to. I just use the Raiders as an example, like Rich Bisaccia. Like they all love that guy. You even say the same thing about Alec Pierce too, or Antonio Pierce, sorry. Where they just liked him, you know, and like he was like a natural fit just to lead them the rest of the way. I don't hear about that in Tennessee. They're the most ho-hum team ever, I think. Calvin Ridley, I don't think is going to play in this game. Not that he really does anything, but I guess his existence on the field helps sometimes because he's a name. I mean, how is Tennessee going to score 10 points in this one? And credit to, I want to say credit to New England for escaping the trap game last week, but the Saints beat themselves last week. They had two major opportunities. They should have won that game.
We should have won the game outright.
That should have been one of our best bets last week.
Yeah.
And two horrible fumbles. I mean, just game-altering fumbles. They were right there. But, yeah, the Tennessee Titans, they made the Raiders look good last week. I mean, it doesn't get worse than that. I mean, you're really embarrassing yourself when you do something like that. And it'd be really funny if they made the interim head coach the dad, because what's his name? His son got fired. His dad is still on the coaching staff.
No, he resigned.
Oh, he did. He did. That's funny.
He resigned.
That's good. That'd be
I'm like, if you're gonna fire my son, I'm out too. Yeah, yeah. He resigned, I think, on Wednesday.
So I love the New England Patriots in this one. I mean, I can't take the coach firing juice because I don't know who's going to put them in place to win. I mean, they will play hard, no doubt about it. They're at home, but come on, dude. Mike Vrabel is going to he's going to run it up. Like, that's why I like the most about the 6.5. If he's in an opportunity to run it up, he is going to do that because he got the short end of the stick in Tennessee. His best quarterback the entire time he was there was Ryan Tannehill. That's it. He never had anyone close to the talent. In 1 year, the New England Patriots provided him with a better quarterback than like all those years in Tennessee where he overachieved, in my opinion, every single year. Every year he overachieved. And, the New England Patriots, man, they're just on fire right now. And I really like the New England Patriots in this game.
They're my best bet. I started off the season hot with my best bets. I haven't hit one in a while. I think I'm going to hit this one, though.
My best bet is a curse this year.
Okay. This Tennessee team is just like no frills. They're like Temu, like a Temu football team. I mean, seriously, like, okay, so the Raiders blow you out and you're on the road. Fine. But like, did you really need to fire your head coach behind that? I mean, you have to understand, like, you got one of the worst rosters in the NFL, and any good players you have are always hurt or very mid. Like, Tony Pollard has done absolutely nothing. Just give Tajay Spear the ball for 25 times. Bench Tony Pollard. It's just 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I mean, I've never seen a more mid player in my life. I mean, even on volume, he does nothing. Calvin Ridley is buns now. Since the allegations of gambling and being out for a year, he's done absolutely nothing. I mean, last year it was okay, but now it's just bad. Yeah, I feel bad for Cam Ward, man. He should have maybe tried to pull a Eli Manning and force his way out of there, force his way somewhere else, because the Titans are garbage. I mean, they don't have anything. I mean, who are their skilled players, man? You know what I mean? Like, Chigi Okonkwo? Like, who? What? Jeffrey Simmons is a good defensive player. Peter Skoronski on the offensive side of the ball, but they don't have any real skilled players that can score. They can't score points. You have to score points to win. They can't score. Conversely, the New England Patriots are showing everybody it does not take a long time to retool and get back to what you need to be. You know what I mean? A storied franchise with rich history. They're starting to build that next chapter of these are the new Patriots. Bill is gone. Brady is gone. They're all gone. Edelman, Gronk, they're all gone. You know what I mean? And they've wiped the covered bare, and they're retooling. Stephon Diggs is taking a little bit longer to get going, but he's going now. Hunter Henry's always been solid for them, and they have all the ancillary pieces, man. As long as Ramondre Stevenson doesn't drop the ball, he's paid. Travion Henderson is just a secret weapon waiting. One of these weekends, he's getting unleashed. I mean, he's very good. Demario Douglas is decent. Kayshon Boutte. I mean, these guys they're decent players. They're literally 2s, 3s, and wide receiver 4s, but they can make plays. And I think Drake May is in the MVP conversation. Drake May is a stud. Kudos to Spencer. Spencer called this a while ago, before the draft.
Number 1 QB prospect.
Before the draft, Spencer was on Drake May. Drake May is a baller. He is a baller. And he's showing everyone why he should have just gotten the reins from the start. All this giving Jacoby Brissett the ball nonsense. Dude, Drake May should have been out there like they threw Peyton Manning out there. Just let him develop. The kid is a baller. He's a beast. He's making plays. They're not losing games. They're going out and they're winning games. Last week they caught a break here and there, but that's the NFL, man. But he's making these big time throws, big time runs. He's a great player, man, and I think they found their quarterback of the future. And I think the Patriots are on their way back. Patriots win their game. They're what, 5-2? What? You know what I mean? Like, they're supposed to be bad. You know what I mean? They lost to the Raiders. And Patriots all of a sudden in the playoff conversation, man. So we need to give them their flowers after last week, and that's exactly what I'm doing. They're my best bet this week. I think they annihilate the Titans. The Titans are garbage. Vrabel's going to want to run it up, and that New England defense is better than advertised. Take the Patriots with confidence here.
All right, let's hop over. It's just a team that is so hard to nail down. It's the Saints. They're going to Chicago to play the Bears. The Bears are -4.5. This is a hard game to call. It feels like a trap game. Me and my dad are in the last man series right now. There's only like 10 people left. We took the Raiders last week, and we're thinking about taking the Bears this week. It's not a Saints home game. They play so close, man. It's a short week for the Bears. You know what? This is a week I would take the Saints. I'm going to try to break my thought process here and change things up. I don't love it because the Saints do just seem to play so close, man. But I feel like the weakness of the Saints so far this season have been big explosive plays. And I feel like the playbook is going to be opened similar to that Seahawks game where the Saints got blown out. Now, a lot of that had to do with special teams in that game too, but there was a lot to it. I mean, they got killed in every facet. It feels like the Bears are having a lot of momentum. And again, this is like the ultimate trap game. But I just think that the Bears are at home. And I think they're going to scheme up something crazy. I do see some trick plays because I think the Saints, I think they struggle with that. I think when the game's in front of them, they play really tight. Like I said, they should have won last week. And so it feels an easy pick to take the Saints. That's why I would normally take this week. But I'm going to try to go unconventional. I'm going to go ahead and say that Ben Johnson's going to go a little bananas on the playbook this week. I think he's going to do something really crazy. Like I expect a flea flicker in this game or reversals. Just something that the Saints just don't seem to have a good grasp on stopping. So I'm going to take the Bears here.
I love the Bears too, man. I told you the Bears are going to win on Monday. I call that. And I think they're going to win here too. And the Bears are going to be 4-2. Bears are kind of like the Patriots here, where like you're not expecting a whole lot from them, but all of a sudden they have decent records. Let's be honest. Caleb has not been awful. He's been better with Ben Johnson. I mean, they took apart Dallas at home, man, and they've won 2 one-point games. Those games last year would have been losses. It's just that simple. And I know it was against a really bad Raider team and a banged-up Washington team, but wins are wins, especially under the lights, man. Bear down right now is a real thing. Now they come home. We're a 1-5 Saints team. Spencer Rattler's 1-9 for a reason. I mean, I like the guy, and I think he can play. He's just on a bad team. I mean, you put Spencer Rattler on the Eagles, like, how much worse would he be than Jalen Hurts? I mean, I know that's crazy to say, but where you land matters. But I think the Saints land in a tough spot here, man, because it's starting to get cold in Chicago. The fans are starting to get galvanized. I know DJ Moore is banged up, but it's Rome time, baby. It's Rome time. And you know, Swift is doing a lot more than people are willing to give him credit for. And you know, while super zesty and weird, Caleb's played well, man. There's no denying it. And they have double tight end sets. They can run 12, 11, 13 personnel if they have to. And like you said, man, I think Ben Johnson's going to pull some rabbit out of his hat here that the Saints ain't going to be ready for, man. Kamara's got the sore ankle. Well, trade talks are circling. He's already talking about just going to the Bahamas if he's traded. I mean, this kind of dissension circling around your franchise, you know, it's like everyone's trying to come pluck your good players now because you stink. You know, which is
like
what
vultures.
The vultures, dude, the Sharks are circling, man. You know what I mean? They're fielding calls about Kamara every day from 30 teams. every day. I mean, Chris
How about
Olave
Chris Olave, too?
doesn't really score touchdowns. You know what I mean? Taysom Hill is old as Joe Biden. I mean, like the Saints, they don't do it for me. Yes, they fight hard. They do, man. But last week was a bad loss. They had this game on in their building, ripe for the picking. That would have been a good win for them. I might have taken them this week if they won that game. But I think they're running into the wrong team here. The Bears' offensive line is playing a lot better. And I think their defense will come to play here too, man. The Bears at home are always a tough bet. They're always a tough bet because they're going to play well. Just think about what they did to Dallas. I think that game script and that game plan is going to be very similar here, and I like the Bears minus the points. I think they win, and I think they cover, and then I think we have to start talking about the Bears as a legitimate threat. I mean, I know those 2 1-point wins don't really, hype anyone up, and they're not scoring 35, 40 points a game, but guys, they're winning with new pieces. You have to give them their props.
Let's hop over. It's the Miami Dolphins. They're going to Cleveland, who played a heck of a game against the Steelers. My goodness, that was pretty bananas. And yeah, the Cleveland Browns are minus 2.5. It's hard to play in a short week. And I was thinking of Joe Flacco. Isn't that funny? He's already switched teams, and I've mixed my wires here.
Joe Flacco is like the Yarmir Yager of NFL quarterbacks. The guy's going to play.
Yeah, you don't know.
He's going to play for every team in the NFL before he retires, bro. When he retires, they need to bronze his arm and put it in the NFL Hall of Fame because don't passes to.
So funny.
I mean, did he throw a pass to Jerry Rice in a game once? I mean, it's ridiculous, bro.
I know. How many of those can you do? That's so funny. My wires are crossed. But yeah, the Browns coming back from their international game. I like Miami in this game. They've figured out something with Darren Waller. Obviously, I mean, it's really one of the crazier stories of the NFL season, in my opinion. I don't know, man. Dylan Gabriel just doesn't do it for me. He's in a hard situation too. It's like such a just ho-hum offense of just random assets, kind of. They don't really know what they're doing with them. Although Miami is also one of those teams where everyone's just vulturing for Devon Achane. I mean, every team in the league, every good team in the league wants this guy.
Teams with running backs are calling for him that don't need him. The Seahawks are calling for him. That's ridiculous.
He just goes nuclear every week, man. He's just an unbelievable. They just run the offense through him. You don't see that. He's a wide receiver who plays the running back position, and I think I don't think Cleveland can score enough points. Can they score 20 points in a game? I don't know. I mean, I know 2 is bad, but their offense is their offense is fine, and I think it's only gotten better since Tyreek Hill is, his leg exploded, and so they're gonna put up not a lot because the Cleveland defense is good. I think they could put up 24 points in this game. I don't see how the Browns put up 21. I mean, I know the Dolphins defense is bad too, and 2 had a horrible game last week, but they still scored points. I mean, they're still high flying. Is 2 going to play that bad 2 weeks in a row? I mean, probably, or maybe, but I don't know. I don't have any confidence in this Cleveland Browns team to do anything. It's been like this for years, man. Their defense holds down the fort. And it's just punt every time. It's just not a lot of turnovers for the Browns, to their credit, but they just cannot move the ball. It must be so frustrating to watch as a Browns fan. I mean, not like they've done anything ever, but right now has got to be one of the most frustrating times because you're watching nothing, man. You're just like hoping the defense can just do the impossible every week while you're sitting there and while you get field goals every once in a while. I just have no confidence in the Browns, so I like the Miami Dolphins plus 2.5.
This is where we're going to differ for the first time this week. I'm going to take the Browns at home minus the points. I'm going to do it for a lot of different reasons. Number one, I watched this team beat Green Bay in their building. So if they could beat the Green Bay Packers, which are a Super Bowl-bound team in my eyes, or could be, they could easily beat the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins covered for me last week on my upset special. That hook won me. I told everybody, you got to be careful there. And let's be honest, man, if they had any kind of discipline, they would have won the game outright. The Miami Dolphins had 5 opportunities last week in the last 4 minutes to win the game, and they let the Chargers win that game, which is absolutely deplorable. Crazy. Now they go on the road, and you expect them to be any better? No, I don't see it. Number one, Tua is not worth the money, and Tua is not a leader. I got a big problem with guys that go to the media and call people out in the media. I just got a problem with that, man. Look, your team is your family. You keep stuff in-house, man. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm beefing with my wife, I ain't going on Facebook and bringing the whole world in on that. You know what I mean? And I get there's frustration. I understand. I get guys are dropping passes. But, like, dude, you're not without blame either. You know what I mean? Look in the mirror before you start pointing fingers and throwing guys under the bus. Now, if guys are missing player-only meetings and guys are showing up late, then that's a coaching problem. That's an in-house problem. You figure that stuff out in-house. Now you're creating more dissension when dissension left when Tyreek Hill got hurt. Now you have this black cloud over your franchise again. That's all these guys have been talking about all week. How the Dolphins going to respond. Tua calls everyone out, blah, blah, blah. And you go on the road to a team that's bad, but they got a good defense and they got a good fan base. I'm not feeling the Dolphins here at all. Quinton Judkins going to run all over that Dolphin defense. All over. And I'm telling you right now, man, there's less is more this year in the NFL. A guy gets hurt and it gives another guy an opportunity. And I think that's what you're going to see this week with Harold Fannin. David Njoku is out. Fannin was a beast in college, man, and I feel like Dylan Gabriel can't push the ball downfield, so it's just going to be underneath, run the ball, underneath. I think Fannin's going to have a great game, man. He's a must-start this week. I love this guy, and I don't think he's had his coming-out party yet because Njoku's been there ciphering targets. Any special teams play from the Browns here, and I think they could win this game going away. I just don't trust Miami. I just don't. If they key in on Devon Arshon, what is Miami going to do? Seriously, because if you can't run that ball, then those guys are just going to pin their heels back, and they're going to wait for Waller to come over the middle. They're going to wait for Waddle to go long. And I think the better defense, without question, is going to be the Browns. Myles Garrett should be all over Tua. I think this is a resounding Browns win. I don't trust Miami. The season is over. If they're smart, they're selling off pieces for picks, and they're moving on. And McDaniel, while he's been given the vote of confidence to retain his job here till the end of the season, as soon as the last play, as soon as the last whistle, week 17 is, he's getting canned. Don't believe the hype. The Miami Dolphins are absolute frauds. You cannot bet on them with any kind of confidence unless they're at home in sunny Florida getting points. Take the Browns minus 2.5, and I'm taking them with a boatload of confidence. I don't trust Tua anywhere. He doesn't deserve that contract. He's not a leader. He's basically Polynesian or Hawaiian or whatever he is, Trevor Lawrence.
All right, let's hop over. It's one of the craziest games of the week last week. The Carolina Panthers, they're going to New York. The Panthers are minus 1.5. You know, it was funny because we were talking about how little confidence we have in the Panthers to put 2 good games back to back. That was the first time in
I've ever seen it.
Unreal time. It was I think it was 5 years since I won 2 games in a row.
Since Cam Newton.
Yeah, that was unbelievable, man. That was a really good game by them. Tetero McMillan just went nuclear. I mean, he actually didn't, but he had 2 touchdown catches.
Anytime Tutty, Tet. I call that.
I banked my entire fantasy season on those 2 being good, so I was happy camper last week. This is a weird line. Panthers are minus 1.5, and the Jets have played close games, I guess, but negative 10 yards in the second half of that Broncos game. I mean, you don't see stuff like that. They're coming from an international game too. And I know this is a trap. I mean, I guess it's a trap game, but you're not going to see me betting on the New York. Actually, I did bet on the New York Jets in that game against the Broncos that I won. But even with that being said, the Carolina Panthers have obviously started to figure something out. I mean, Tetero McMillan's been a beast.
They're 3-3
all year long. Yeah, and Rico Dowell is just He's emerged. He's officially, what's his name? Chuba Hubbard. Sorry, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
It's your time is done. there ain't no way you're sneaking your way back into the number one role because the guy's just been too good. It reminds me a lot of that. I've been trying to think of his name all week, but it was this guy who played for the Miami Dolphins who just had like 4 weeks in a row where he went crazy, like 200 yards. And I remember he had one against the Steelers. It's just what it reminds me of. It's just like one of these runs that you just don't see coming. And he was pretty good for Dallas too. It's not like, oh, no one's ever heard of this guy. Rico had he had a 1,000-yard season for the Dallas Cowboys. But this is on another level, man, and he's just playing with a lot of confidence. And I think Bryce Young is playing with this is the kind of team that we thought we were going to get out of Carolina coming into the season, right? This is the Bryce Young that we saw at the end. It's like, I don't know what took him so long to get going, but now that they have, you can have a little bit of confidence in them, not a lot, but they're playing the Jets this week, and I hate to say this, but this is my best bet. Like I said, my best bet has been so cursed this year, like infamously cursed. I just don't like how close this line is. It just feels like I'm taking the bait. I cannot see the Jets having their first win here. I think the Carolina Panthers are playing with a lot of confidence. I think the Jets are going to be a little anemic. There's nothing good going on for the Jets right now, and it's nothing that really makes you excited. Plus, the Broncos offense stinks like pretty badly, and I think that's why they kind of stuck around more than they should have. So give me the Carolina Panthers. I'm just so nervous to say my best bet, but yeah, give me the Carolina Panthers -1.5.
I'm taking the Panthers -1.5 as well. The Panthers are 3-3. All of a sudden, they're 4-3, and here we are. You know what I mean? If they win this game, like everyone's going to be like, now you have to really start paying attention to them. The emergence of Rico Dowdle has been just fantastic. The guy gets his shot due to injury, and he takes off. And now Chuba is back too. It's going to be 1A and 1B. So at worst, this team can control the clock on the ground. I like what they're doing. Jalen Coker is off the IR and going to play. Tet has been really good the last couple weeks now. Get him some more targets, scheme him up. I mean, getting Adam Thielen out of there is now giving everybody a shot to really have a true youth movement, and Dave Canales has done the right thing with it. I mean, they have a decent tight end, and I like how Bryce Young has handled things, man. He's been a pro this year. They're 3-3. I mean, they have already won as many games this year as they did last year. I mean, defense isn't horrible. They're playing well, man. I mean, the Jets don't have Garrett Wilson here. That knee is like roast beef. He's going to be out indefinitely. I mean, if they had Garrett Wilson, I would take the Jets here, but I can't in my right mind take the Jets simply because of Breece Hall and Mason Taylor. Carolina's going to stack the box. They got no one else to throw to, man. Justin Fields going to be running for his life because they don't have any other pieces, man. They're going to, is Lazard going to move the needle? I just can't see it, man. And at 0-6, literally, what's your motivation? You know what I mean? Aaron Glenn's getting fired. He knows it. He's just hanging out with his homeboys for the next couple of games. Going to finish out the streak. I mean, the Jets aren't going to go undefeated. I mean, they're not going to not win a game here. But I don't know if they can win this one without Garrett Wilson. I really don't. I mean, he was their go-to guy, and he's gone, man. I mean, Breece Hall is going to be out of New York. They keep denying the fact that he's going nowhere, okay? I would bet my life that Breece Hall is traded before the deadline. I would bet my life. I could see him going to Kansas City. He's from Kansas. Like, it all is, guys, it's coming. I'm going to actually throw my nuts on the table and call this one. Breece Hall will be a Chief. I really believe that. And so the cupboard is bare, man. Justin Fields hasn't looked good at all. I mean, he just hasn't looked good at all, man. I mean, what do the Jets have? I mean, they're just, they pushed all their chips into the middle of the table with this group, and they still haven't won a game. They're absolutely pathetic, and people win in MetLife all the time versus this team. I'm going to take Carolina. I'm not going to take them with a whole lot of confidence because, I mean, Bryce Young can turn into a pumpkin at any time. We know this, but they put together 2 good wins, man. I think they could put together 3 here versus an 0-6 team. Yeah, it's a trap game, but I'm taking a bait. Carolina -1.5 is the play.
All right, let's go to a pretty ugly game, all things considered. It's the Eagles. They are traveling to Minnesota. The Eagles are -2.5. I hate this one. All conventional thinking for me says that I should take Philly on the bounce back game. I'm going against my gut this week because my gut has been wrong. I'm going to take the Vikings at home. They just seem to play a little bit different there. I think things have a high possibility of getting way worse for the Eagles before they get better. I don't know. There's nothing really telling me, like, Carson Wentz should have a horrible game. We felt that way when they played I felt that way when they played the Bengals. And then they played the best game of the season. There's just... The Eagles are such a weird team, man. They're like a vibes-based team only. And right now the vibe is off for them. It's like they always have the people in position that they need to. Like, it's always there. It's just sometimes they're just down. And it just feels like they're just down right now. And Minnesota just plays different at home. Just so different, in my opinion. There's no real reason why I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings, other than I just have a feeling that everybody in the world, this is an easy line to take the Eagles. And I'm just going to go opposite in this one. It feels like opposite day. And I'm going to take the Eagles to just disappoint. Give me the Minnesota Vikings at home +2. And I might buy the extra half point if I put this on a ticket. But yeah, give me the Minnesota Vikings with some points at home.
Guys, it is entirely possible the Eagles are just not as good as everyone thinks they are. You know what I mean? I mean, say it with me right now, okay? 3-game losing streak. Say it with me. As you watch this right now, say Eagles 3-game losing streak. Because it's not out of the realm of possibility for it to happen. Guys, Super Bowl hangovers are a real thing. Just because you're great one year and win it doesn't mean you're guaranteed to go back. Dissension is a real thing. And what I have watched the last couple weeks is this defense get bullied on the ground. I mean, Cam Scatterbo, dude, Zach Bond has a family, bro. I mean, he bounced that boy 5 feet in the air. Now, Scatterbo is, the guy is not right in the head, but you can run the ball. Denver ran the ball versus them, controlled the clock. And Jalen Hurts not playing great. Not playing great. I mean, this is all I know, man. This team has run a tush-push 4 times in a row. I mean, you don't have confidence in your team to run a different play. A.J. Brown has been an unmitigated disaster. I'm sorry. A.J. Brown will not be good for the Eagles ever again. Not under this OC. You might as well trade the guy. He will not ball out. I traded him in fantasy so quick, I couldn't wait to get rid of that guy. I got Jalen Warren at $100 for him. I couldn't believe the guy actually went for it because he's a ghost. You know what I mean? Slim Reaper, too. They just don't throw these guys the ball, man. They throw Dallas Goedert the ball more than they throw these guys the ball, which I just don't understand. Saquon negative regression, you knew was a real thing, man. I mean, you can't have that kind of nuclear season ever again. I mean, Saquon is great, right? But he's not in the Marshall Faulk stratosphere. Whereas Falk was just doing this every year, where Priest Holmes had like a year or 3 in a row like this. Like, Saquon will have a very good year. And literally it's because Jalen Hurts runs so much. Tush push. It takes away from the greatness of Saquon. Not that it matters, because they're not winning anyway. I think they're running into the wrong team here. Carson Wentz was an Eagle, you know what I mean, who was having an MVP season and got hurt and then unceremoniously disappeared from the franchise, and now he's just been a journeyman. But I'm telling you, he's the best quarterback on that team right now. And they still have Jay Jettas, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, who for some reason they just don't use like he needs to be used, and Jordan Mason is a beast. I think at home, they'll win this game. I'm definitely taking the Vikings plus the points. How are the Eagles favorite here, man? This game should be a pick 'em at best. Dude, the Giants ran them over, okay? They got bullied. Like, my buddy Alex hasn't left his room in 2 weeks. Like, they are depressed right now. They're, like, wondering what is happening. Guys, maybe they're just not that good. Okay? Maybe they're just not that good. It's time to recognize that sometimes teams peak early. And they might have peaked early, man. Who knows what's going on with them? But I think that OC is not using these skilled players properly. A.J. Brown needs to see 10 targets a game. Devonta Smith needs to see 8 targets a game. Minimum. Minimum. And forget this tush-push stuff, man. Use it when it's 4th and inches in the middle of the field or 4th and goal. Like running this thing over and over and over, guys. And here's the thing, too. I'm going to go in on y'all for a second here because you false start every single time. It's a false start every single time this year. And like, I'm not one of these people that was calling for it to be banned. Dude, if you can't stop it, that's on you. But what's going to happen this year is in the offseason, NFL and their brass are going to go back and they're going to look at this and be like, man, they're false starting for this all the time. There's going to be a revote and it's going to get banned. And it's going to get banned. If you're going to run it, guys, you got to run it where it's within the rules. And you guys are running it and you're false starting every time. So Eagles got a lot of problems right now, man. And I like Minnesota in their building. They always play hard. Fan base will be there. I could see a 3-game losing streak for the Eagles here easily, honestly. And I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings with confidence, plus 2.5. Let's roll.
All right, let's go to a game that I know I'm going to turn off before halftime. It's the Las Vegas Raiders. They're traveling to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. The Chiefs are minus 11.5. I don't know. The Raiders played a good game last week. It's not really worth much, but it was. I would say it's nice, but I wish the Raiders had lost that game, to be completely honest with you. I'd rather just see an absolute collapse from the Raiders and just be bad, you know? This is another 6-win season incoming. You can see it, man. It's just, you can sim to the end of the season, dude. You can just, it's just going to, they're going to win a couple of stupid games late. I know it. And they'll beat a team they're not supposed to at some random point, and that'll get them to the 6 wins. They're gonna get destroyed. I mean, Geno still he played better last game. He still had a horrible interception in that one. He had one really bad one. Other than that, he played a good game. Geno can play well, man. It's just, and I'm going to say something stupid. He has looked good this season, man. Those interceptions that he has are just so brutal. Everything else looks clean. You know, I know it sounds ridiculous to say that. And if you really watch the games, the ball comes out of his hands really nice at a lot of points in the season. Week 1 obviously was his best game by far, but he's really kind of played like his Week 1 performance, other than these game-ending interceptions like every week, man. Patrick Graham doesn't make enough money. He's made the most mediocre, trash defensive rosters look playable at times. I hope he gets to be the head coach of the Raiders one day. I really believe that, man. No one is a bigger Patrick Graham fan than I am. This guy turns nothing into something. He makes Jamal Adams look playable. That's all you need to know about Patrick Graham. He took these linebackers off the streets, man, and these guys' careers were over, and he made them look good last week. You know, that's just what he does. I think the Raiders are going to get absolutely demolished in this game. Geno is just good for 2-3 interceptions in this one. That's kind of all you need to know. If Geno played a clean game, first of all, they would have beat the Bears. He just one less interception in that game, and they would have beat the Bears. He had 3 in that one. And he does seem to be playing better outside of home, although he played a pretty clean game at home, but that's against the Titans. It doesn't mean anything. Until I see Geno not throw 2-3 interceptions, like horrible ones in your own territory, I can't bet on the Raiders. I mean, I probably should have taken them last week because that's just how bad the Titans are, but this is not the Titans, man. Kansas City is just playing really, really good football right now. I think it's ridiculous they had 0 penalties thrown on them against the Lions.
Well, there was 3 penalties, but they weren't accepted.
So we'll have to see how clean they play this one. But you know, it's just the Raiders beat themselves, and they have multiple times this season. That's the thing that annoys me the most, because if Geno didn't goof that game against the Bears, then this game actually means something for the Raiders. It doesn't mean anything right now. Nothing means anything for the Raiders at this point in the season. They've already ruined it for themselves. And I think, like I said, this is going to be a game that I'm going to be watching from the Score mobile app, because it's just going to get so, I'm just going to want to throw my phone into the wall, and it's going to make me so mad. So give me the Chiefs minus 11.5.
I've been trying to tell you guys for weeks, man. It's a shame you guys don't want to listen. When the backs are against the wall, I'm never, ever, ever betting against Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. I told you that when they played the Ravens. I told you last week versus the Lions. And yeah, I'm going to take a victory lap because I'm a Mahomes truther. And I always will be. And what you're seeing right now is MVP Mahomes. And what you're about to see, guys, is you're about to see the light show again. Everybody is tired of the dink and dunk Chiefs, the two high safeties playing them up, can't get the ball downfield. Guys, they can get the ball downfield now. They can. Rashee Rice is out of jail. Here we go. This is the first time you're going to see Rice, Worthy, and Hollywood on the same field playing together ever. Ever. And it just so happens against their arch nemesis, the Raiders. Boy, this should be a game where the Chiefs win this game by 20 points. But if you're a AFC West guy like me and Spencer, you know that that's not what's going to happen. Chiefs are going to win this game by 11 points. Watch. And that hook is going to kill everyone because the Raiders play the Chiefs very well. The Raiders have won an Arrowhead. They should have won an Arrowhead last year. The Raiders have covered versus the Chiefs repeatedly. And guys, I'm a Chief fan, okay? I'm a Chief truther, like diehard, like run through a wall Chief fan. I couldn't tell you the last time the Chiefs blew anyone out. Anywhere. I can tell you the last time they got blown out more than I can tell you the last time they blew anyone out. And so I'm going to take the Raiders plus 11.5 because I see a world where the Chiefs win this game by 10 points. They should go out and destroy the Raiders. And look, I'm willing to give up the bet here because if the Chiefs come out and they win 34-7, I'm still winning because I'm a Kansas City Chief truther. And I'm here to tell you, man, this is the NFL's worst nightmare. You guys were ready to bury this team, and you couldn't. This team was 1-2, and you couldn't bury them. And let's be honest, they should have never lost to the Jaguars, man. If you are the Denver Broncos or you are the LA Chargers, this is concerning for you because here comes Kansas City. The defense hasn't played that great, and they're going to finally start getting better. I really think they're going to go out and get a running back. But, I mean, Pacheco had a nice game last week. Dude, they bullied the Lions. You know how I know the Chiefs are back? Not that they ever left, but they're back because everybody on social media is back to complaining about the refs. That's when you know the Chiefs are playing well. Because you guys got no other excuse but the refs and the NFL somehow conspiring to push the Kansas City Chiefs across the finish line, which is, to me, absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, they get calls. You guys act like you never watched Tom Brady play. Tom Brady got more calls than Michael Jordan. Let's not act like this didn't happen. When you're the GOAT, you get GOAT privileges. I'm not saying they're without, question, but it's just kind of what happens in the NFL. You see it happen with all these studs. And so I think the Chiefs never left. I think they were waiting to get healthy and waiting for Rice to come back, and they're going to go scorched earth. And I think Mahomes is literally one or two big games away from MVP. It's going to be him or Baker, but he is playing at an MVP level. How do you want to win? You want him to play hero ball? We can do this. You want him to spread the ball around? We can do this. You want him to throw the long ball? We can do this. You want him to run? He can do. Dude, Mahomes is the MVP every single year. I say it all the time, and I know you guys hate me and say I'm just glazing. You would glaze Mahomes too if he was your quarterback. You can front all you want, but it's just a fact, and you're mad because he's not your quarterback. So I do see the Kansas City Chiefs taking off here. The biggest game on the schedule coming up is Buffalo. Buffalo not playing well either. Let the Chiefs get that Buffalo game, and they might win this division. If you guys are into making money, bet the Chiefs to win the division now because they're doing it from behind for the first time in years. But I do think minus 11.5 is too much. The Chiefs never cover big spreads, and I know the Raiders are decimated, but I think Trey Tucker will have a big game. I think Geno might actually have a decent game. I could see it. And so I'm going to take the Raiders plus at 11.5, but I'm not going to do it with a whole lot of confidence. The Chiefs just don't blow people out, guys. They just don't.
Michael Mayer, anytime touchdown. Love that bet.
Love that. Michael Mayer, Trent Tucker, anytime tutty. I'm telling you, guys, that's gospel. You want to make money, throw money on one of those or both of those. Parlay those. You're going to eat.
Love that one. My coworker's actually going to this next game. It's the Giants. They're going to Denver. I don't really get this one. It's also, I guess it's bait, man. The Broncos are minus 7.5 against the Giants. They're just begging you.
Take the Giants.
Yeah.
They are.
I'm not going to do it, man. This is a game 100% of the time I would take the Giants. They just blew out the Eagles. Denver's been trash. That's why I'm taking the Denver Broncos in this game. It's too weird. What do they know that we don't, right? This is a game that should be like minus 1.5 on either side, to be honest with you. So why is it like this? I don't know, but I'm going to take the Denver Broncos at home. Like, this is just going to be one of those games where Bo Nix has 3 touchdowns and, Jackson Dart plays the worst game of the season. I don't know why. I don't have any reason to believe that. But I'm telling you, I guess it's, I don't know, man. It's just some weird intuition. Mm-hmm. Whenever you see something so bizarre like this, I'm just gonna take it, man. Everyone's gonna do Giants money line in this game. So that's why I'm taking the Broncos minus 7.5. Like, this isn't a big reasoning other than the fact that, the Denver Broncos have a really good defense. And so maybe this is just their chance to really make the Giants look pretty pedestrian, and, the Eagles are playing horrible right now. Giants feel like great, but in reality, if you really look at it, they don't really have much going on for them. If you really look at it, I mean, they played like crazy against the Eagles, but if you go down the list for their roster, in my opinion, their depth chart right now, it's not very good. If they stop Cam Scatterboo, which I know he's kind of going bananas right now, his head's about to explode. It looks like at any moment. They contain him. What are they going to be doing in this one? I don't know. I don't think a lot. So I like the Denver Broncos at home in this one. And it's only because of this line.
I love the Broncos here too, man. I think the Eagles, I mean, I'm not going to say they laid down. They definitely got demolished. But I think the Giants are still riding way high on that. And that, that was yesterday, man. That's done. This week is Denver. And you're going into Mile High, which in and of itself is a tough place to play because of the altitude. This is Jackson Dart's first real test with a real team versus a great home field advantage and a great defense. And I think that the Denver Broncos all week long in their meetings have made it a point, especially the D-line, to stop Cam Scatterbo. No matter what, this little boy is not going to come in here and do what they did to the Eagles to us. They're going to make it a focal point to kill the engine on that kid. Anytime he has the ball, you're going to see an orange jersey all over him. I promise you, he is not going to get off tomorrow. And if that's the case, how are the Giants going to score, man? You know what I mean? Malik Neighbors is gone, man. Wan'Dale Robinson is just an underneath guy. That Denver defense is going to be all over the middle of the field. That no-fly zone with, dude, I'm telling you, little Jordan Humphrey, like you're banking on these guys. I mean, I could see a world where the Giants get shut out. Theo Johnson. I mean, these aren't household names, man. I mean, Scatterbo is the reason why they beat up the Eagles the way they did. I just don't think they're going to be able to move the ball against this defense. I mean, they beat the Eagles and Denver beat the Eagles too. Really, and I think the Denver Broncos is just a far superior team to the New York Giants. This line is set up for you to think, well, I can win on the hook. I can win on the 7.5. I don't think you can win on the 7.5, man. I see 34-7 written all over this game. J.K. Dobbins has been very underrated. No one gives this guy flowers. No one talks about him. R.J. Harvey, too, man. They can run the football. They got good, decent tight ends. Cortland Sutton's the most underrated wide receiver in all of football. I mean, I think they murdered New York here. Big Blue's in a bad spot here. I love the Denver Broncos on a teaser. I like them straight up. I like them money line. I like them every way you can like the Broncos here is how I like them. I think the Giants are in trouble, and I think they shut Camp Scatterboo down. Take the Denver Broncos -7.5 with confidence.
Wow, we're starting to homogenize our picks a little bit here.
I know.
Pretty getting a little closer to each other. Let's go to the Colts game. They're playing the Chargers. The Chargers are at home. They're -2.5. I think it's okay to say the Chargers aren't that good.
They're not.
I think we can all admit it.
Their
defense isn't good. Their defense is not what it was the last couple of years. We know that now. I mean, there's no going back. They're not. I don't think they're going to figure it out. They're just not very good. And you know what? The Colts are steady Eddie, man. Daniel Jones, a methodical drive down the field in a game that was closer than it should have been. To be fair. Although, you know what? If in that game, if I knew Jacoby Brissett was playing, because that was a late scratch for the Cardinals, that was like Saturday night, I would have taken the Cardinals in that game. Because the Cardinals just have nothing steady for them, It's like Kyler Murray just stinks, and so
Cardinals
when you have a guy
won that game, man. There was a clear PI on McBride, and they didn't throw it. Cardinals would have won that game.
I'm gonna take the Colts in this one, man. No one's scared to go play in LA, and I think the Colts are better than them, man. I mean, the Chargers escaped with a win against the Dolphins.
Should have lost.
They were up in that game, and they just left the door. Dude, Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown, Michael Mayer anytime touchdown. You put that ticket together, dude. You've set yourself up for success on Sunday. That's my favorite player prop ticket right there, dude. Jonathan Taylor's going to go nuclear in this game. That defensive line for the Chargers is just Swiss cheese. It's just not. It is not good. And I don't see them figuring it out this week or something like that. Not to say that I think the Colts will blow them out, but I could see a 24-21 victory for the Colts here in this game. I think they can control the clock. I think they have that going for them. I'm not really liking what the Chargers are putting down, man. They're kind of just squeaking by. And I don't think you can just squeak by a team like the Colts this year. As crazy as it is to say, the Colts they look like they are just ready for anybody on Sunday. I mean, they are playing really tough this year. So, yeah, give me the Colts +2.5. I like the points.
I like them too, man. Colts have been in every game, man. They haven't been blown out. They've either won or lost by like a bad mistake here by Daniel Jones, but it's been close games throughout. I told everyone last week Miami should have beaten the Chargers, man. And it's not about what the Chargers did. And I'm willing to give them their props because you have to go get it. You know what I mean? Vidal, Sassoon, and McConkey made a great play. You know what I mean? To get them into field goal range to win the game. I mean, like I said, Miami needed to make one tackle. If Miami makes one tackle, they win that game. I'm not galvanized by what the Chargers are doing. They were the AFC West champs for about 2 weeks, and LA fans were beating their chest, and this is our division now, and we're going to the Super Bowl. You lost Rashawn Slater. Joe Alt has no timetable still. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he could be out for the year. No one's saying a word about him. Mac, where's he? Yeah, they got Derwin James, and I like him, but, guy can't be everywhere, man. Derwin James, he can't cover Pittman. He can't cover Warren at the same time. I know Josh Downs is out, but, for me, anytime you have a guy like Jonathan Taylor that can control clock just by running the football, you've got a chance to win. And he's been on fire this year, man. He's been one of the greatest players in the NFL this season. So I'm willing to take the points. Daniel Jones can run. Just don't throw the ball to where it's getting picked by the other team, bro. Make smart throws. Make Pittman involved a little bit. Alec Pierce is a long guy. You want to take a shot downfield? Okay, take the shot. I'm not a big fan of what's happening in LA right now. They're holding this team together with duct tape. Is Quentin Johnson going to be back? You know what I mean? Is he going to be back at 100%? Lad McConkey played well last week, but as a bad tackle, made that stat sheet look better than it really was. I'm just not sold on what these guys are doing. Keenan Allen starting to show a little age here. I don't know, man. I like Justin Herbert, but if everything's not going great, to me, he's very average. It all has to be going his way. And are we trusting Vidal Sassoon and Haskins here again, versus a better defense? Miami's defense is trash, man. Miami's defense is so bad. I think they're running into the wrong team this week. The Colts are a legit playoff team here, and I think they're a threat to win this game. And you're going to give me 2 points. I'm taking the Colts plus 2.5. I just don't trust LA anywhere, man. They were my best bet a couple weeks ago, and they screwed me. Last week, they didn't deserve to win either. Take the Colts with confidence plus the 2.5. Defense is better than advertised there in Indianapolis, too, guys.
All right, let's hop over. It's the Washington Commanders. They're playing the Dallas Cowboys. You know what? I've been on the Commanders a little bit more than most people, I feel like. Dak Prescott would be MVP if they had like defense 20 in this game or in this season. I mean, they are the worst defense in the NFL. It's not very close. They've given up 30 points a game. This is a tough game, man. This is a tough game to call. I'm not going to feel confident either way. I've talked myself into both sides as we've been prepping for this moment. It almost feels like a coin flip. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys at home. I don't love it. I really don't, because their defense just allows anybody back in the game. I think there's going to be a lot of people on the Washington Commanders in this game. But I just, you know what, dude? Washington it's been a bit anemic. You know, their offense has been okay. But Dallas offense is lighting the world on fire. I mean, they really are. They're scoring 30 and giving up like 31 points a game. You know, that's what it feels like, at least.
The best bet in this game is the over.
Yeah, it's at 54.5. You tease that, man. You're feeling really. I'd feel very confident about
anytime touchdown, Michael Mayer. Anytime touchdown, Jonathan Taylor. Tease this over down, guys. It's steak, lobster, scallops. The guy's bringing you a wet nap. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cheesecake, Prosecco wine. Like, I'm telling you, you're going out. You're going to Joe's Steak after that. I'm telling you, they're going to score a zillion points.
I just think Washington just overachieving in your rookie season as a quarterback it's almost a curse. It almost is, you know. It's just so much pressure, you know. Like Drake May had it good, you know what I mean? Like they were bad, and now it's just like playing above, you know. And now, if you're Washington, it's like, man, you're almost in the Super Bowl, and it's like there's just so much pressure on you, and you bring in all these kind of ancillary pieces, and it hasn't clicked, you know, and not like it did last year. It was just lightning in a bottle, and like I said, I think everyone is going to hold on to that feeling of like, man, they were just that close to the Super Bowl last year, and I think people are going to be living off of that this whole year, and it's not last year anymore, you know. Yeah. Something is wrong, and so, like I said, Washington could easily have a bounce back game and look really good, but Dallas is at home. They're putting up a lot of points, man, and I just haven't seen them. I don't know. It's going to be a shootout. It's like, who gets the ball last? I don't know. So, but I'll take Dallas Cowboys. It's going to be a field goal game. I just don't know who's going to kick the winning field goal.
Brandon Aubrey is. I'm taking the Cowboys at home with confidence. Dude, losing to the Chicago Bears in your building under the lights is deplorable. Washington Commanders have had one really good game this year, and it was when they went to L.A. and dominated the Chargers. Another reason why I don't think the Chargers are that good. I just don't think that Jaden Daniels is what we saw last year. You just don't see it. And now Terry McLaurin's out for his 4th straight game. Debo's banged up. May play, may not play. I mean, Shakori Krosky-Merritt, Little Bill's been good. Comes out of nowhere. But, I mean, everything behind him doesn't do it for me. Chris Rodriguez, Jeremy McNichols, old man Zach Ertz, Luke McCaffrey. I mean, are these guys going to be able to put up enough points with Jaden Daniels to go into Big D and win a game versus George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, who will play and will play not on a pitch count? You know what I mean? Jake Ferguson, Javonte Williams. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys can score with anyone. Dak is having a MVP-like year. Can you just imagine the Dallas Cowboys if they would have just kept Micah Parsons? You should have just paid the guy. Jerry's so dumb, man. My goodness. Just let the GM do his job. You would have paid Parsons, and you would have been a playoff team. You got so much firepower, man. And I just don't think Washington is that good, man. I mean, they got roasted on Monday night. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. Dallas can control clock. Yeah, it'll be a shootout, but Jaden Daniels just has not looked like Jaden Daniels to me this year. That's really what it boils down to. He just hasn't. Running, throwing, and I know guys are hurt, but like, hey, everyone's got hurt. No one was saying anything about my team when guys were hurt, so I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Injuries are part of the game. Make it happen. I like Dallas here in a big way, man. I think they're going to score enough points in this division game. The line's not high. Field goal wins you money in Big D. I'm taking the Cowboys with confidence, man. It's a shame, too, because I thought the Cowboys were going to be bad this year. They're not bad. They're really not. They played one bad game in Chicago, but they're not bad. Sucks that Trayvon Diggs is out. They're secondary Swiss cheese. This is just the under. The over is just the biggest bet here. And if you're scared, tease it down, guys. You know what I mean? 35-35 going into the fourth quarter, like, is a real thing. I mean, remember what the Giants did when they played this team. The Giants. You know what I mean? The best bet here is the over. I really feel strongly about that, but I like the Cowboys minus 1.5.
All right, let's hop over. It's the Green Bay Packers. They are traveling to Arizona. I don't know what the status of Kyler Murray in this game.
He's probably not going to play.
You know what? They're plus 7.5 at home.
I like
study anything. It's another. I guess it's another one of those games where it's 7.5, and it's like I don't know. I just, you know what, man? The Packers may have just peaked early or something, dude. I maybe it's the pressure of it all. They just haven't looked very good. Like, other than the first 2 weeks, we're like, dude, these guys are gonna win the Super Bowl. Now I'm not sure who they can beat. It just doesn't make sense, you know. When you watch them, there's just something weird about it. And Jacoby Brissett, he played pretty well. I mean, I think he had a bad interception in that game, but for the most part, he played really well in that one. You know, I got to see the Packers have a nice win again. I need to physically see it happen. Josh Jacobs is banged up, by the way. He's on the injury report. That's horrible for them because they can't seem to get much going without him. At least he just seems to be what gets everything going. And if he's not 100%, I don't like Green Bay. I mean, they're kind of just whatever. They're not a team that I'm like scared of. As a Raiders fan, I'm scared of everybody. But you know, in terms of like a threatening team in the league, I'm not. They're not on that list for me anymore. It's crazy to say that, but I like the Arizona Cardinals at home, especially if Jacoby Brissett is playing. You tease that, man, you get like 14 points out of it. Holy smokes, dude! It seems like a really good bet right now.
I was watching the Red Zone last week, and they had turned to the Arizona Cardinals and Colts final drive, and the Colts never should have won that game, man. I'm sorry. The Arizona Cardinals had them on the ropes, and they threw a ball to Trey McBride in the end zone. The guy was absolutely mugged, and they didn't throw a flag. That's a flag. I'm sorry, guys. You have to throw a flag there, okay? You have to. And if they would have thrown a flag, it's 1st and goal from the 1, and the Cardinals would have won the game. They had the game stolen from them. They really did. And I'm a firm believer that Jacoby Brissett's better than Kyler Murray. Dude, Kyler Murray sucks. Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence, you know what I mean? Like, all these guys getting paid big money. Tua, Tagovailoa, these guys don't deserve these contracts, man. And I don't think they really even like him. You saw how they rallied behind Brissett last week, man. That's their leader, and that's who I'm banking on starting tomorrow because I'm taking Arizona plus 7.5 as well. Josh Jacobs is banged up. There's just something about the Packers here that I don't trust, man. You know, in their building, they're a different team, but on the road, I could see them winning this game by 7. I could see them losing the game outright. I mean, they did lose to Cleveland. I don't know, man. They're a very hard team to read outside of Green Bay. Unless they're playing Dallas, you know what I mean? I mean, Dallas hung 40 on them. It's not like their defense is great, guys. And they're a galvanized unit. I mean, Jacoby Brissett deserves maybe a starting job in the NFL. or he's maybe the best backup in the NFL. I mean, he looked pretty good. Colts are a tough game on the road. That's a good defense, man. And to me, they should have won the game. They were robbed. It's clear as day. And so I'm going to take them at home plus 7.5. I think they'll play hard. I don't think they use Trey McBride as well as they need to. Running back room's an absolute mess, but they still got MHJ, McBride, and they got some ancillary pieces. Let them get any special teams love, and I think they're going to hang in here with this game. Everyone's going to expect Green Bay to go in there and roll this team. I just don't expect that. I think this is going to be a highly competitive game that Green Bay is going to have to work to win, if they win it at all. Give me Arizona plus 7.5, and I'm actually taking them with a lot of confidence if Brissett is playing. I do not like Kyler Murray. If Murray starts this game, I think they might get blown out.
I know. He's that bad, man. I believe that too. Let's go to the team. This is the team I hate most in the NFL. It's the Falcons. They're going to the 49ers. Like, what is this Falcons team, man?
I don't know.
Every time you think they're going to play well, they're like the worst team in the league. And then you're like, okay, I got a little confidence in them. It's just, they're impossible to know who is going to show up on Sunday. Because when they look good, they look awesome. You know, they look unstoppable at certain points. And then other times, man, they just put up absolute stinkers. They're plus 2.5 against San Francisco. Dude, I'm gonna let my hand on the stove and see if I get burnt again. I'm gonna take the Atlanta Falcons because there should be a better football team than the 49ers. Can we get the same Falcons that showed up against the Buffalo Bills? Can we see that team more than once in a blue moon?
Nope.
I guess we'll find out. Man, I hate the Falcons so much because as soon as you get confidence in them, that's when their biggest letdowns happen. It seems like they should be able to put up the performance like they did against the Buffalo Bills every single week. That's their capability. I hope they can do it. I don't know, man. If they don't, then I'm completely at a loss for words because the 49ers are just decimated, man. Like they are every year. That never changes. I think they're going to give up a lot of points, and I just don't know if they can keep up. I mean, I like Falcons money line. They should win this game. I just don't know who's going to be on the field and what team we're going to see out of them. Give me the Atlanta Falcons plus 2.5.
I can't do it, man. I just can't. There's something about the Falcons that just don't do it for me, man. They're the most bipolar team in the National Football League. And for all intents and purposes, based on how they beat up the Bills, they should come to San Francisco and roll the Niners. But I just don't see it happening, man. Without Nick Bosa, without Fred Warner, who's now out, their defense is absolutely decimated. But they're home, man, and they have a decent faithful that will show up. George Kittle is back, albeit he'll be on a pitch count. Mac Jones has played better than Brock Purdy this year. Well, let's be honest.
That's for sure.
Mac Jones has played better than Trevor Lawrence this year. I mean, like, Mac Jones is now horrendous. The problem with the Niners is even the healthy guys are battling injuries and banged up. I mean, Juwan Jennings has got 5 broken ribs. Ricky Pearsall is in the hospital. I mean, they're so banged up, it's not even funny. I mean, Kendrick Bourne is like their number 1 wide receiver. But they got McCaffrey. You know what I mean? They got McCaffrey in their home versus a bipolar team. I think Michael Penix has a horrible game here. I do, man. I don't think he's capable yet of putting together back-to-back good wins. I just don't. Niner defense is bad, but the one thing about the Niners that you can always count on is they'll play with pride, man. And in their building, they're going to fight hard. They'll play with pride. And a field goal wins you money. I could see this game being close throughout, and then they steal it at the end. I'm taking the Niners minus 2.5. I just don't trust the Falcons, man. I just don't trust you. You don't know which defense is going to show up. You don't know which offense is going to show up. There's nothing about the Falcons that is consistent. Nothing. And let's be honest, outside of that bludgeoning they threw the Buffalo Bills, everyone was pretty much calling for Kirk Cousins. Michael Penix hasn't been good, man. He just hasn't. And I know Bijan is there, and he had the game of his life, and everyone's going to be on the Falcons because recency bias will have you thinking that way. But I'm telling you, the Niners here is the play. Niners are going to be tough in their building. The Niners don't lay down. They lose, but they don't lay down. And I don't see them laying down versus a team like Atlanta, Atlanta Falcons are no world beaters, man. If you can control Bijan and you can control Drake London, you're going to win the game outright. Darnell Mooney hasn't been healthy since he was a kid. Kyle Pitts doesn't scare me at all. And Michael Penix doesn't scare me either, man. Bijan has to be going for Michael Penix to be good. You know what I mean? Conversely, Mac Jones will just do what he needs to do. He'll throw it all over the place. He doesn't care. And McCaffrey's the X factor. Niners minus 2.5 is a play.
All right, let's hop over to Monday's games. First one is the Tampa Bay Bucks. They're going to Detroit. The Lions are minus 5.5. That Bucks injury report is it's brutal, man.
It's
DMPs bad. Down the list.
It's bad.
Bucky Irvin, no. 2 DMPs Thursday, Friday. Ibuka hamstring. He hasn't practiced all week. Chris Godwin can't get on the field. Mike Evans was a limited participant on Thursday. Didn't practice on Friday.
He'll play.
Every conventional piece of thinking for me this season would have me on the Bucks because they've played so hard, and it doesn't seem to matter who Baker Mayfield is playing with on the field, and that's the reason I'm taking the Lions. I just think everyone's going to be on the Bucks. It just feels like too tantalizing to take them. The Lions played bad last week. The Bucks played up. Dude, they have been driven through Ibuka this year, and I don't think he's going to be playing on Monday. I know it sounds kind of crazy. It sounds like the Bucks could win this game. It seems like they're a better team than the Lions. But at some point, dude, the injuries are going to get caught up with you. And I think the Lions can put up 30. It's not like the Bucks defense has really been all that good. They have really relied on these late game surges from Baker Mayfield. And if you don't have a Ibuka on the field for that, that's going to be really tough for you, man. Like, that's a big piece of the puzzle that helps you get back into games. It's not that I love it. It's definitely not even close to my best bet. But I think the Lions can get right here on Monday Night Football. I think they just have one of those explosive offensive games. And I just don't know if the Bucks can keep up enough. If this was even, Steven, everyone's on the field, I love the Bucks in this game because the Lions are definitely a beatable team. Just not in this one, man. It's just the perfect storm, I think, for the Lions to have a big signature Monday night win on paper.
The Lions don't have the defense to go far this year. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Guys, they don't. Okay? They don't. You can be upset about that. You know what I mean? But they don't. Outside of really Aiden Hutchinson, I mean, what are they doing? I mean, the secondary is completely. I mean, it's just ball. It's just so buns. You know, Kirby Joseph limping all over the place. I mean, I get guys are hurt. You know, I understand that, but like up front, to think that like, I mean, I get getting Jahmyr Gibbs when you could have gotten Jalen Carter to pair with Aiden Hutchinson. That's one that's always going to stick for me as being maybe a mistake because David Montgomery is enough to carry the mail by himself. Now you get Gibbs. Why aren't you unleashing this guy, man? I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs lined up outside once last week versus Kansas City. That's unacceptable, man. Come on, Dan Campbell. You know what I mean? Like you gave up so much to go get this guy. You have to let this guy go, man. David Montgomery should be the short yardage back, and Jahmyr Gibbs should touch the ball like he's black Christian McCaffrey. So that's number one. Number two, Baker Mayfield's a gamer, man. Did you see that
he's
third?
MVP right now.
Right now he's MVP. Did you see that 3rd and 14 that he literally willed himself to? This is the play right here we're watching on the sphere. That first down, there's nobody else in the league, maybe Mahomes, that is getting that first down. Baker's just that guy, man. Guys, Baker is him. Okay? He is him. And until I see him not be him, I'm taking him in the points. I don't care who's out there. I think Emeka Ibuka will play. He's a true game time decision. I think Mike Evans will play as well. And they got enough in their backfield to do what they need to do. Rashad White's serviceable. He's been pretty good in Bucky's absence. And Sean Tucker is a guy that no one really knows about outside of me. Like, this guy can move the needle. Cade Otton, I think they can score points, man. I do. I think they could score with the Lions. The problem is the defense. This is another game, where, like, the over is what's in play, man. Because these teams are going to score, man. They're going to score. The Chiefs' defense, they put the Lions in a blender, man. Goff had an okay game, but, like, Spagnuolo was bringing pressure from everywhere, man. From all over the place. And versus better teams with better defenses, dude, the Lions fall apart. We saw what the Commanders did to the Lions last year. And again, I get the injuries, but, like, no one was using excuses for the injuries for my team. Guys, get it done. For all that crap that you talk all week long and all the complaining that you've done all week about the officials and this and that, dude, fall back and get yourself together and win in your building. We have seen the Lions lose games in their building. Let's not act like this is not something that is, like, not happened. They beat up on bad teams and they struggle versus good teams. Baker Mayfield's MVP right now. I'm taking 5.5 points, and I'm betting it with him. I don't care who they're playing, and I don't care where they're playing. This is a feisty team that won't go quietly. Bucks plus 5.5 is the play on my end.
All right, last game, the 7 p.m. Monday night game.
So stupid.
Who makes this schedule? That's late for West Coast, dude. Oh my God, that's trash. Unbelievable. It's the Houston Texans. They're traveling to Seattle. That's a tough one, man. I have been against Seattle like at every juncture of the season, and I've gotten burned for it. And the Houston Texans have they're not inspiring, dude. 2-3. Boy. They had that big win against Baltimore. They got a bit of momentum on their side here. I'm like waiting for the shoe to drop for Seattle, and I've been wrong every time about it, They had a nice win against Jacksonville. All right, I hate this. I'm gonna get burned one more time, man. I'm just gonna feel it in my bones. I think Seattle's overachieving a little bit. I'm wrong though, but I still feel that way. I'm gonna take Houston. Defensively, Houston has been one of the best teams in the league this year. They haven't been able to score for Jack Diddley do. I hate this. There's no reason I should be taking Houston here, but I think that they're playing well enough right now that they could get this within a field goal. I think the hook is going to kill somebody in this game. That's the only real reason I'm doing it, man. I don't love them at all. Something just tells me that I just think everyone's going to be on Seattle in this game. I think everybody is going to want to take them. They're at home. They've played really well. The Texans are 2-3. I don't know. I'll take the Texans. I'll take the hook. I don't love it. I keep going against Seattle, man, and they keep killing me. One of these weeks I'm gonna be right. I don't think Seattle wins out the season or something. I don't know. Give me the Texans.
I'm gonna take Seattle here. I had a good feeling about them last week, and they actually did me right, man. They did me right for the first time this year. They went to Jacksonville and they took Jacksonville apart piece by piece. JSN is a man amongst boys. That boy is unguardable.
Crazy.
He's unguardable, man. As long as Sam Darnold doesn't lose Seattle the game, Seattle's gonna win a lot of these games, man. And I'm here to tell you, Seattle's on fire right now. Because an underrated piece here is that the Mariners might go to the World Series here. And we will know by Monday. So if the Mariners win that game and go to the World Series, now you got Seattle in baseball, and now you got Seattle fired up under the lights Monday night for football. A lot of those fans will be there feeling good. The 12th man will be back for at least a night. I don't necessarily feel like Houston's very good. I mean, the teams that they've beat up are really bad teams. I mean, the Ravens are decimated. They're trash. Their offensive line is bad. They refuse to give Woody Marks the ball for whatever reason. I just don't know. And Nico Collins hasn't been Nico Collins. What everyone has expected from Nico Collins this year, they have not seen outside of one game. I expected him to be, I expect him to be Puka, but I didn't expect him to be Devontae either. And last year he was having big games, man, 150 yards, 2-3 tutties, 8-9 catches. He just hasn't been that. And I think it's because they really don't have Robin for the Batman. Christian Kirk has just been very mid. There's something about the team that just doesn't do it for me. I'm not a big Nick Chubb fan. Devin Witherspoon is back healthy. The defense is going to be playing tough. They're coming off a big road win versus what everyone calls a fairly good team at 4-1. And now they're in their building, and we've seen what they do to teams in their building. I mean, they took the Saints apart. Torrey Horton hasn't gotten any run yet. Let that boy get involved. JSN is uncoverable, man. There's nobody on Houston that can guard JSN. Nobody. And KW3 and Zach Charbonnet is a great 1-2 punch to have in their building, man. I know that 3.5, it's kind of worry you, if you're scared by the hook, man. But I think they win this game by a tutty at least. I just don't like Houston, man. I think CJ Stroud is also another guy. He's not as good as people think he is. He's played better recently, but the Houston Texans, their front four is good. But once they traded Laramie Tunsil, man, that was the beginning of the end. Why would you trade your franchise left tackle? Well, I mean, what reason? I'm still waiting for someone to give me a reason why they would do that and expect their quarterback to get better. It's comical to me, man. Some of these GMs just make the dumbest moves, and I think that's one of them. I like Seattle here, and I like them with a boatload of confidence on Monday night. Sometimes some cities, man, they just get hot together at the right time, and it just takes off. And I think that's what you're seeing happen right now, man. Mariners to the World Series, Seattle minus 3.5. Winning on Monday night to close out week number 7 in the National Football League. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the slate. Longer show. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Hopefully you got the information you needed, and hopefully you bet responsibly. Please, this is a show about gambling responsibly. Spencer and I, this is all about fun for us, man. We're not losing our wives. We're not losing our livelihood. We're not losing our homes, and neither should you. If you are struggling in that area, Gamblers Anonymous is a real thing. Please check them out. They are not hard to find. On behalf of World of Matches, I am Dexter Reid, and that is Spencer the Wiz, and we are Ghost.
See you guys.
Have a great